morning, Miss McPherson's class, and welcome to Channel B2 News, the Bay Dose.
Today, we have received word that hundreds of children have been suffering from the violent V1N1 virus. This virus recently started spreading from a small class in northern Utah. We're going to Rick live at Primary Children's Hospital with the story.
Thanks, Bob. Here we are at the Primary Children's Hospital. There are children here by the hundreds. There's not enough space for them all. They've been taught passive voice their whole life, and it's finally catching up to them. Here we are with some of the patients at the Primary Children's Hospital. Let's see what they have to say about this new virus they've contracted.
The mountain was climbed by Bill.
The mountain was climbed by Bill. This is a serious case of passive voice.
Tell my mother she was loved by me.
Wow. Wow. I sure hope I don't get that.
Really. This is definitely the worst flu I have seen in my whole life.
Pretty close. In fact, lately there have been so many reports of this virus that the federal government is giving out some suggestions to improve your active voice. We've brought in a special guest, Professor Joe Wale. Come on in, Joe.
Hello, ma'am.
So, Dr. Wale, tell us about your new book.
Well, Lenny, in my new book, Active Voice is Great, I teach the youth of America about how to use language. You know, it was kind of my reaction to the influenza, the passive voice flu going around today.
You are incredible. You are the spirit of America.
Thank you, Lenny. I've heard that many times. In my book, I talk about the basic sentence structure and, for example, how verbs come after the subject when you're using active voice. If you want to know more about my book, though, I can't really give it all to you here. But you can go online and buy it at Amazon.com or at your local bookstore if they carry rare books of great value. You can find it maybe, you know, a good price would be $75.95 or $99 because it really is a good book. It's worth it.
Thanks, Professor Wale.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on this news show. I'm surprised it did so good.
In other news, the federal government is offering an educational stimulus package. We have Lenny on the scene. Here we go, Lenny.
Thanks, Bob. The federal government is offering an educational stimulus package. One that pays children a dime for every word they write. So, Jimmy, what do you think of the government's new stimulus package?
I just love writing now.
And now we'll head back to the newsroom for some expert advice. Thank you, Lenny.
So, what do you think of this new federal stimulus package?
Well, I believe that the government will end up running out of money before they can fulfill their promise. Now, I think that what the government should really do is instead pay the dime to the students who can cross out unneeded words, thus creating concise and still effective sentences.
I agree completely. It isn't about how many words they use, it's about how they use their words.
Exactly.
Kids today are soft.
Right you are, Lenny.
Alright, Lenny, now it's time to hear a word from our sponsors, Fresh. Keeping it fresh since 1978.
Fresh.
Fresh. Fresh. Fresh. Fresh. Fresh. Fresh. Fresh.
A professor must have theories, as a dog must have fleas.
He wrote with surgical indifference.
Fresh, 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 fresh. Fresh. Fresh.
You know, Lenny, after all these years, I still don't really know what Fresh sells.
I don't know that they do.
Well, now it's time to wrap up our news day with the classic